Hey everybody, what's going on? How are you doing today? I know how Kirk Cousins is doing, and he must not be feeling well. If you guys haven't heard already, the Atlanta Falcons have moved forward and decided to bench Kirk Cousins for rookie quarterback Michael Penix Jr. If you guys are unaware or don't follow college football, who Michael Penix Jr. is, he was a quarterback for the Washington Huskies, went to the championship last year in college football, and lost against Michigan. Now, this all comes after a very, very, very bad 5 game stint for Kirk Cousins, going all the way back to week 10 when they were playing the Saints. He threw an interception there with no touchdowns. The Broncos game, he threw an interception there with no touchdowns. Then the Chargers game on December 4th, they lost by 4, and he threw 4 interceptions that game, no touchdown passes. On the 8th of December, they lost to the Vikings, and he threw 2 interceptions once again, a total of 8 now. And just this past Monday, they actually beat the Raiders, although not by much. It was a pretty bad performance by Kirk Cousins again. He threw an interception again, but he was able to get a touchdown this time. 11 for 17, only 112 yards. I think it's safe to say Kirk Cousins' performance over the last couple weeks has been piss poor, which is unfortunate because I feel like the first 9 games of the season, Kirk Cousins was looking like the Kirk Cousins of old, the Kirk Cousins of himself. He puts on a lightning show every regular season, and then when it comes to the playoffs, he usually dips down a little bit and shits the bed. He gets scared, cold feet. I don't know what it is with him in the playoffs. But he's usually an all-star lightning bolt in the regular season, and in the first 9 games he was. But this last 5 game stretch for the Falcons has been terrible. The 4 losses, adding on the bad performance he put on Monday, they did get the win. But like I said, it was a very, very, very bad looking win. I think the move makes a little bit of sense right now. If not for the Falcons, if they were to bench him for the rest of the year, they're still going to be paying him all that money that he's guaranteed, which I think is 62 million. So he'll be getting 62 mil this year. It's, I believe, 25 or 26 next season, 10 the following, and then nothing later on. So they play the Giants next on Sunday at 1 o'clock. I think this is going to be a pretty good game for Michael Penix Jr. to come out, show what he's made out of, show what he's been training for these last couple of weeks, last 16 weeks. Uh, it should be a win. Now, there's 2 scenarios. If Penix Jr. goes out on the field and totally lights it up and shuts the Giants down at home in Atlanta, then I could see them moving forward the rest of their 2 games against the Commanders and the Panthers with Penix Jr. But if he comes out on Sunday and he stinks up the field, and he's pretty bad, and the Falcons find themselves down 17-0 against the New York Giants in Atlanta, then I can see Kirk Cousins coming back on the field pretty quickly, because let's not forget the Falcons still have playoff hopes. For the Falcons, they would need to win out. They have to beat New York, Washington. They go to Washington for a Sunday night game after New York. And then they go back home for their last game in January against the Panthers. All winnable games. Commanders might be a little tougher than the other two that are already out of playoff contention, obviously. They hold the tiebreaker against Tampa. Washington plays Philadelphia this week. So if they lose to Philly and the Falcons are able to go into Washington the following week and get a victory over the Commanders in Washington, they hold the tiebreaker on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because they've already beat them twice this season, don't forget. And Tampa Bay loses out. There's still a chance for the Falcons to get into the playoffs. It's still a pretty decent chance. And the Buccaneers aren't playing anyone that good. I believe it's they play Carolina, New Orleans, and if I'm not mistaken, it's Dallas. I'm not sure what order, but I believe those are their last 3 games. So winnable for them, but they could still potentially lose because it's also still been an upsetting season for Tampa. So the Falcons still have a 26% chance to make it into the playoffs. They're hoping Michael Penix Jr. is going to get the job done for them. He's got to put on a big game against New York. If he comes out and looks really flat against New York, I think the Falcons are going to realize that maybe they've made a mistake, and they're going to have to put Cousins back on the field no matter how bad he's looked. And of course, what does this all means for Kirk Cousins' career? I've seen a lot of speculation on social media saying this is it. He's never touching a football field again. We're never going to see Kirk Cousins play on an NFL team again, and he might go like obsolete. I don't believe that's the case though. Listen, going into the 2025 season, there are at least 10 NFL teams that are going to be looking for a new quarterback. Kirk Cousins could fit in on any one of those teams and bring in a veteran experience to any of these teams. Let's not forget, okay? Daniel Jones is still in the NFL. He's still playing football. And I don't think I have to remind you guys of a guy named Sam Howell who's going to be taking the field for the Seahawks. So there's still space, there's still spots for Kirk Cousins to fit in his 100 million guaranteed contract that the Eagles could trade him for isn't totally crazy. He's not making insane, wild, out of pocket money unlike other quarterbacks. Yeah, it's 62 guaranteed this year, 27 next year, which another team could easily afford, and then 10 million the following year. So that's something I think any other NFL team could pick up and maybe would want to try Kirk Cousins for, because I don't think he is a scrub. He's having a very, very bad low point in his career right now with the Falcons. But I don't think this is going to be the end of Kirk Cousins' story, and I don't think it's going to be the last time we hear from him. There are some teams out there really struggling in the quarterback market, and I think they could use a veteran quarterback like Kirk Cousins to either bring in some experience or help out their rookie quarterback to get him some experience for their future down on the road. Anyway, guys, that's all from me today. I think this is going to be a pretty good chance for Michael Penix Jr. to step out on NFL field and show everyone's what he's made of. He's going to have to, well, they're going to need to win out to make the playoffs, so he can't come out flat. Kirk Cousins, we possibly could see him again this 2024 season. Again, we're going to have to see how Michael Penix Jr. looks and the rest of the NFL with the playoff standings and how bad the Falcons really, really want to get into the playoffs, if they think they really have a chance, or if they lose against the Giants, which shouldn't happen, maybe they're thinking tank the rest of the season, because that might be it for them. And obviously, I don't think this is the last time we're going to see Kirk Cousins. Let me know down in the comments below, guys, what you guys think of this benching, Falcons benching Kirk Cousins. Give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm almost 150 subscribers. That is my 2025 New Year's goal. Like Kirk Cousins, it's to get back onto the field and see some dubs. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.